It's your boy Alex THFC. And if you don't know, get to know, and you know what time it is. It's time to review the Tottenham versus Leicester City game. Yes, on Saturday evening, which I was there. If people would know, if you see me on videos, and it's just really just to give my own thoughts on this game. A game for me, which is a bit of a really weird game, to be honest. A game that, for me, being honest, above average. Above average than two players that stepped up today in the game on Saturday. That's just me being honest. And we'll just go through some of the moments that I feel, for me, shows us to be that average team that, for me, at the moment, need to improve a hell of a lot. And Conte's got a lot of work to do still. Against the Leicester side that are bottom of the table, only for 1 point after now 7 games. I think it's 7 games now. And it's not looking good for them, even though they've got some very good players. And we will go through that as well, because there was so many opportunities there for Leicester to take us apart. And only because of a certain striker that we had that was questioned about, which again wasn't his issue, and it shows us how we are an issue in terms of that we rely on a couple of players in our team. It just shows you why we are not at that standard. Like what I said in the preview, what we're at that standard of what you need to be a top team to go for championships. And that's what we want to be. Someone that looks for championships, trophies, because that's what we're going to be judged on at the end of the day. But let's get straight into it, because I know that people don't like the truth a lot of the time, and we'll get onto one part of the game. First part of the game, got to be honest, it was all right. All right. Let's get into the formation though. Formation was 3-4-3, the Reese goal. Some changes, which was interesting. You have Sanchez, Dyer, unfortunately, and Lengley there. Then you had Perisic on the right, and then you have Bentancur, Højbjerg, and Sessegnon on the left. And then you had Richarlison on one side, Kulu on the other side, and Kane up front, which was pretty surprising to me that he made that decision, but it was a good decision in terms of that it needed to be done so Son could get rested and can take him out the limelight. I mean, because it just needed to happen. It needed to happen anyway, because we were just he was at a point where it was just too much about Son and not about the team, and that's always been a problem with Tottenham. It's always about the team rather than the one player, rather than a couple of players, rather than the team. And the other players need to step up, and that was it. But I mean, it sums it all up, because Moreiro has not been playing very well whatsoever in the last couple of games. He hasn't been at that standard that he's been trying to set, which he set last season with the quality. And look what happened. Sanchez is his replacement. James Justin goes through a good ball through to him on the left, and Sanchez makes an absolutely stupid challenge in the box, and it's a stone cold penalty. As soon as I saw that, I said, "What are you doing? What are you actually doing? Keep on your feet, and then let him try and get past you that way." But he goes diving in, and you could see straight away it's a penalty all day long. And then he's trying to redeem himself, trying to get himself out of it. But it was terrible. It was terrible from Sanchez, awful from Sanchez. I have to say this. And then obviously the penalty. First penalty from Tielemans, saved by Lloris, a really good save, but he came off his line. And I was so angry about that. I was sitting there, no, it's a great save. But now I've gone back home and actually watched it back. Yes, he did take his feet off the line, unfortunately. So that's a standard retake, unfortunately. And then Tielemans' second go well, it was obviously going to be a goal. If he didn't score a goal, he's not really should be taking penalties, isn't it? And it was a good penalty to, I think, his left, and Lloris did guess it right, but unfortunately, just the power of the penalty was really, really good. So that was 1-0 to Leicester, and that signaled to me this was going to be a very interesting game. But then the turning points of the game, and this shows how Leicester are really bad in defence. And for me, if you have a set piece against Leicester, it's like a penalty against Leicester because they are so bad at defending their set pieces. Honestly, the first set piece from from a corner, a ball short corner, Kulichevsky crossed in right deep. It was a great cross, and then you have Kane header it in from the back post. Great goal, but really awful defending from Leicester. And like I said, it was just a theme throughout the game. Even though Leicester did have some really good spells in the game and really had dominated us, and I think Tottenham fans now are hearing because of the how it ended. We're overlooking how Leicester absolutely dominated our midfield, and we will get to the three players actually that were really impressive for me. And I've said it in the stadium, proper midfielders. When I mean proper midfielders who know how to press, proper midfielders know how to pass, know how to run with the ball, trying to create chances. I mean, it was a proper performance from their midfield, and they absolutely battered Bentancur and Højbjerg. And that's why I get to the point where I sit there and say, okay, what else are you going to do for me, my midfield? What are you doing for me? Because at the moment, you're not good enough. You're not good enough. Yeah? You're not showing up. I mean, we will get into Bentancur because I've got some things to say about Bentancur as well. So we will get into it. We will get into it. And then we move on. Tottenham kept on giving away the ball, just kept on giving away the ball, just bad in possession. And unfortunately for us, Leicester City weren't into their stride that time, so we weren't getting punished for it. We were not getting punished for it, but it was just so many occasions that we just kept on losing the ball. Sanchez was awful. Was so in possession. It was from Leicester's pressing as well. It could smell blood. They could smell it straight away that we were just off our game completely. Whether we're on our game ever, I don't know because we've never really been on our game this season. Let's be honest, other than Fulham, which was solid, and that was it. And then on 20 minutes, that's when Dyer scored. A great corner from Perisic. Again, Perisic, great cross again. He's got some great crossing ability. And Dyer, who finds a good position, headers it above him and it gets right into the corner of the net. Good goal. One of Dyer's good moments, I will say. He wasn't great today on Saturday. He was not good on Saturday. I need to stress that. He was one of the reasons why we looked slack, and that's it. So yeah, that was it, and that was 2-1 Tottenham. So then you're thinking straight away, you're thinking this is now the time now to just go ahead and start bringing the game, taking the game to Leicester because we've got back into the game now. Their heads are down, and that's it. And it could have been even better, other than the goal was disallowed on 20 minutes. Another goal within 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, Sanchez scored from a corner. Good corner again. Sanchez looked like he handed the goalkeeper, but I think the goalkeeper should have been more stronger. Ward was very hit and miss, got to say. They do look like they miss Schmeichel, Kasper Schmeichel. He shows his deficiencies as a goalkeeper, to be honest with you. But then Leicester did always have these problems with these set pieces, I've heard. So then it became a very nervous game towards after that. After that disallowed goal, Leicester started to pick up the pieces. And like I said, Dewsbury Hall Oh boy, Dewsbury Hall, Madison, and Tillemans were just playing our midfield. They dominated our midfield. Madison, oh my gosh. If you want someone who's a creative midfielder, that is Madison. Madison, honestly, he impressed me so much. He was on the ball everywhere. They couldn't handle him. Could not handle him whatsoever. Tottenham could not handle him at all. Just like he just ran rings around Højbjerg. Bentancur didn't know where he was. He started to come alive at the end, but we'll get into him later on. I've said that already, but I will come to him in a bit. But he just ran rings round us, and honestly, he is not going to be at Leicester anytime soon because he is a proper midfielder. Tillemans, I don't know how Arsenal haven't got him. I do not know how Arsenal think that Xhaka is a decent midfielder and better than Tillemans. Boy, I don't know how we didn't get him. I do not know. I don't know. But Tillemans, he just impressed me so much. He took the game to Tottenham and he was just pressing. He had good moments on the ball. And then Dewsbury Hall. Dewsbury Hall. Oh, he added to that midfield trio as well. Honestly, just brilliant. And they set up chances. It was outside the box. The shot outside the box from Dewsbury Hall. Barnes had a chance as well. And we just kept on giving the ball away. Indeed, he was one of those ones that was hot and cold. I've got to say this, but he had a chance as well in the first half, and then it was Madison who scored on 40 minutes, which was well deserved. It was coming. It was coming. It was a great goal. Castagna, good ball in from the corner from across, and oh, brilliant finish! Absolutely delicious finish from Madison. And for me, he was one of their best players. Honestly, it was really good, completely really good. I was really impressed with him when I was there. He was one of the players that you watch somebody, and when you see them on the ball so many times and see them doing some really good passes and stuff, you can't not notice at all. Also, I have to give some props to Dewsbury Hall because it was a great ball to Castagna, a crossfield ball to Castagna, and it was just such a great move, and that was it. And then Tottenham started to wake up again. And Sanchez, who again had a mixed game, even he looked so shaky in defence, but then hit the bar from the corner again, showing Leicester's deficiencies as a defensive unit and can't defend on set pieces. Like I said before, when you've got a set piece against Leicester, it's like having a penalty because they are so bad at defending their set pieces, and that could be their downfall. It could be their downfall, definitely. And yeah, honestly, it was just terrible, absolutely terrible, and that was it. And then towards the end of the second half, then you have Madison who had a chance as well in the box, and he should have scored. Should have scored. Just awful defending from Tottenham again, and we just kept on giving chances to Leicester. Leicester just were just absolutely at their best that time, and if they didn't let in those two stupid goals, who knows what the score would have been? To be honest with you, before Son and Bentancur started to step up Bentancur, because Bentancur did step up in the second half. But like I said, I still need to get into what else happened. Even again, Madison had another chance. Madison had another chance at the end of the first half. Daka set up really well. Daka was hit and miss, and I think they do miss Vardy. I think he hasn't got that much confidence, Daka. He's got a very good reputation in the Austrian league. I heard Austrian Super League, but yeah, he had also a one-on-one chance earlier as well that he fluffed completely as well. Again, the defence was all over the place for Tottenham again, absolutely all over the place. So then we get into the second half, and we did start very well. Bentancur really got going, and I think he really started to come to the party a little bit. He intercepted the ball from Ndidi, and indeed he was just slack on the ball. It was good passing little moves, but just he was just really divvying on the ball. Bentancur straight away pressed him, got the ball, intercepted him, went straight forward, did a simple shot right into the corner. It was a good finish. It was a very good finish, very good from Bentancur, stepping up, pressing, and using that energy. And he was one of the highlights of the game. Really much the highlights of the game. Definitely, 100%. And then you would have thought Tottenham would have gone on to try and get more goals, take the game to Leicester City. This is our time now. We've got the chances now. That's it. But we still kept on going. We still kept on missing chances, one, and then giving possession back to Leicester. And it was just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And it was getting to a point where while I was looking at I was looking at Antonio Conte and said, this has got to change because they're going to score another goal here. Dyer did have a chance from a corner. Kulu did have a chance outside the box. Shots outside the box. It was it was created by Højbjerg. And then Daka had a chance. Daka, which was saved by Lloris, it was a good save from Lloris as well, who again was one of the highlights of the game as well. Because if we didn't have Lloris, they would have scored more goals. Daka had another diving header, another chance created by Maddison. For me, the best player for Leicester. Honestly, brilliant play. Barnes shot from outside the box, and shot high outside the box, went up and over, and then that's when Son came on and Romero came on as well for Sanchez, which was not a surprise. Awfully not a surprise. Emerson came on as well, which for me, I don't even know why he bothered to take him on. To be honest with you. I'm still confused how Spence can't get into the side. I don't know how he can't, because anybody's better than Emerson. I've got to be honest. He's just, honestly, they were still getting chances down his side, so he weren't that great. I'm sorry. I might have a segment on what is Emerson's rating today, because honestly, he's honestly the most average right wing back I've ever seen in my life. He's terrible. He's absolutely awful. And people will say to me, "Oh, well, the transfer window's closed now. We can't talk about it." Yes, I can talk about it because I've just spoken about it right now. And unfortunately, Tottenham fans, truth hurts. He's not a very good right wing back, and that's it. You know, like I said, if you want a great defensive right back, go and get Amran Bissaka. He's homegrown as well. You know what I mean? But you won't do that because you say, "Oh, we've got Emerson." Please, honestly. And then you say that we're supposedly a great team. Please, honestly, I've never heard such absolute rubbish in my whole life. Honestly. But then I just digressed. I'm going back onto the game. Son, there started to be spaces. Spaces in the game. Again, Bentancur stepping up again, assisting, intercepting, getting the ball, passing it to Son, and Son is outside the box. He's composing himself. Shot right into the top corner. It's a fantastic goal, absolutely fantastic goal from Son, and it makes it 4-2. And then we're in the sense even more, but still, Leicester City still have more chances. Still get more chances, dominating our midfield again. And this is now when Basuma comes on. He comes on for Kulu. And Kulu is unlucky to come off, to be honest with you, because he was getting himself about, but he did struggle he did struggle on Saturday. He did. He did make some good opportunities, yes, but he wasn't at the best that we have seen him before. But maybe he's still feeling his way in the Premier League again. You know what I mean? Everybody has a time. in the Premier League where they do struggle. And that's where I think Kulu's going at the moment, because he's had his great start, but people are starting to figure him out a little bit, which is fair, because the defender, to be honest, the new defender that they've got, Leicester City's defender, I forgot his name now. He's had a he looked like that player from Chelsea. I can't remember his name now, but he looked very good as well. He was defending and did handle our attackers very well sometimes, especially with Kulu. But then Ndidi had his chance, which was assisted by Maddison again. It was just getting silly. It was really getting silly. But we did start to get a little bit of upper hand on the game when we went to three in midfield. Bentancur really stepped up. I've got to say this. He really did step up. He had some chances. He deserved the goal. He was all over the pitch. I have to say this. He had a shot outside the box again. Shot in the bottom. A shot as well, which was really good as well. It's set up by Kane. Romero unfortunately missed a chance. A great setup by Son and Kane. Kane started to move off. Really good right-footed pass on to Son. Son went into the bar line and then crossed it in for Romero. Romero was running onto it and he just missed. But luckily for him, it's offside because Son was just offside, and that's it. And yeah, it was just really, really good in that sense, in terms of we had more spaces. Leicester were trying to get back into the game, but because of that, they had more spaces to get into the goal. But that was the reason why I feel that Son was more effective, and also the three in midfield as well. Whether we will do that again, I don't know. But then Kane had a chance again, and then Son again scoring the goal again. It was some good interchanges in this move. Shot from outside the box. It was good possession. There was one time where we were in on the right and they couldn't find any spaces at all, so they went back to themselves, and then the ball was with Dyer. I think it was passing it around again, and we just found our way round. And then Kane found Son in space, and Son again gets his composure, shoots, and right in the top corner, really good finish. And these were very good finishes from somebody that has been suffering with confidence, it looks like. But this done him the world of good, honestly. And yeah, that made it 5-2. And yeah, it was just really good, very good play from us, definitely. But then Son missed another chance again, created by Bentancur, started from deep, and yeah, it was just really good in that sense, how we were, the good interchanges from both Bentancur, Son, Kane, and then the last goal, which could have been offside, which was judged to just be offside, but then VAR overruled it, so it wasn't disallowed. A great goal from Son again, great composure again, good setup from assist by Højbjerg, coming on the break, going on the break, and it was good. It was good play from us, and luckily it was a hat trick from Son. He gets the match ball, and we win the game. And if you listen to me right now, you see that delight in my face. But if we really look at it from a big standpoint, we weren't very good overall, not very good. And if that was a decent team, well, Leicester still a decent team, but if we had decent strikers, which is what I've been saying quite a while now, if another team had decent strikers, we would have definitely we definitely would have lost that game, or lost the lead and ended up drawing the game. And I keep on saying it, and it's getting ridiculous now. So we do have to be much better. Taking more possession, try and take more initiative in the game. I still think we need to improve on our set pieces. Yeah, you can see that they have improved it, but we need to take more opportunities with our set pieces. I think if we're not going to play brilliant football, maybe use that opportunity to to get better set pieces and stuff. That'd be good as well. So yeah, for me, overall, above average performance because of Son and Kane, a great performance, a good performance, and Bentacore was absolutely superb. And well, maybe I've been overreaction. Maybe to say good at the moment because he can do better. He can still do. He needs to be more consistent. I think that's the thing. My issue with Bentacore, everybody's going over the top about him because he replaced Harry Winks. And because everybody was so frustrated with Harry Winks, and I'm not saying that I loved Harry, I think Harry Winks is a very good player. I'm saying that you need to be put things in perspective here. That was a very good performance in terms of he used his initiative a lot of the time, created a lot of chances for used the opportunity to go forward a lot of the time as well. I think that was helped by the fact that he played in three in midfield as well. So it'd be interesting to see if he does do that, Antonio Conte, um, next game against Arsenal, which will be an interesting game, definitely. So yeah, it's overall good performance at the end, but again, above average overall. Sorry, and that's why I'm not pleased about that performance because so many times we got dominated by those three quarters, that three midfield by Madison, Dewsbury Hall, and Tillemans, who for me are proper midfielders. In particular, Tillemans and Madison because they've been in the Premier League for quite a while now and they've been performing like that for quite a while, and they've been brilliant. They were absolutely fantastic, and if there was a midfielder I want in our club, I'll take Tillemans or Madison in a heartbeat. I've got to say this because for me, they are the missing pieces to our midfield. Have to be 100% because they take opportunities, they find space, they've got good good wear for what's around them and stuff. And I think a Madison player would be a dream for someone like Harry Kane, to get his chances, and he won't need to come deep all the time. Um, Tillemans, I don't know how he's not a bigger club. I don't know how. He's a good midfield, you know, a proper midfielder that I think other teams would be wanting to buy definitely. So yeah, this is a much more longer review, but I just wanted to get my points out because I was just sitting there thinking some of the stuff that I've heard of Tottenham fans, a gift that keeps on giving Tottenham fans because we're going over the top. Because let's just be honest here: if Son wasn't in that game and Bentancur didn't step up, I'm not too sure, and we didn't end up going to three in midfield. But again, if we do it again, we'll see whether this is going to be a regular thing. It has to be consistent with Tottenham. That's what I'm saying. It's also consistency. Good football, yeah, but we have to wait and see. I mean, maybe it'd be better. Maybe we could play Kulu as a right wing back. Maybe, but I still confused why the likes of was it Jed Spence is not getting a chance because for me, what is hurting us at the moment? Because at the moment, I don't see what Emerson is bringing to our team, and maybe Doherty is going to be the answer for the short term. Yeah, but for me, I think if you're bringing in somebody like Jed Spence, I think you need to give him a chance because for me, Sessegnon's not the finished article as well. So if you're gonna put in Sessegnon, who's not the finished article, why are you not playing Jed Spence? It don't make sense. And I know that he needs to be ready for your system, but he needs a chance, you know what I mean? Or you should just put him on loan. Again, the same with Gil. Gil, what is he doing here? If he's not going to get a chance, what is he doing here? It's for me, it's pointless. But I know that he's fitted in the squad because of our homegrown. We've got enough foreign. It's just on the limit of foreign players, which is cool because of Davis now changed as a homegrown player. Thank goodness. But yeah, I'm not sold on it, unfortunately. But yeah, I think that's all I can say today. Another week, or it's going to be another 2 weeks of international football. But just because of that doesn't mean that we're not going to do some content and hopefully do some videos soon. So watch this space. Also, thank you for everybody watching and subscribing. If you please subscribe and share. And yeah, thank you for everybody that watched the video before as well. Big up to you all. And yeah, please comment as well because I always try and reply. Good comments as well. Hopefully do the live as well. And if you don't know, get to know. You know what time it is. It's always Mr. Box Office time when Alex is in the building because no one likes to have a microphone. You don't like. No one likes to have Alex have a microphone in front of him, and that's it. But you'll see me soon. And take care of yourselves. Have a great bank holiday. And yeah, take care of yourselves. And Mr. Box Office is out of here. Take care.